Yo, what's going on? What's going on? You remember how I was sitting there wondering how much money that the Democrats would actually give back to the FTX fund for all the stolen money that was donated to them that they utilized? Yeah, let's dig into that. Yo, crypto nation and mining family, what is going on? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on, all you happy hashers out there? While you guys are sliding on in, certainly smash that Lizzie like button. Subscribe if you're new here. Hit the bell notification, or make sure that the bell notification is turned on for everything. I know I kind of got this out there a little late. Yeah, it is what it is. I lost track of time. I was doing some other things, and I forgot to put this up early enough to really get it all out there to everybody. But it is what it is. So moving forward, guys. Sorry, I'm a little late. Sorry. Time got away from me. So let's go ahead and dig right on into today's topics, guys, without any further ado. So, if any of you guys are into that Chia mining, this might be something that you might be interested in. It's not just DDR5 RAM, it's PCIe Gen 5 SSD. Yo! So ADATA has been teasing about the PCIe Gen 5 SSD for a good year now, since the CES 2022 showcase of Project Nighthawk and Project Blackbird. The company later revealed it's the final design of the XPG branded SSD, but even now, in December, ADATA has not released any such product to market yet. According to the press release, which was distributed at the time that the person that was writing this article published up on the 20th, so just a couple days ago. Right? No, today, as of today. Oh shit! I didn't even realize what today's date was. Oh damn! It's almost Christmas. It's almost Christmas. Merry Christmas, everybody. Yo, what up, Wheeling Crypto? He's like, I'm here. Yo, don't forget to smash that Lizzie like button, bro. Brohim. So according to the press release, I guess that was distributed this morning. I thought it was yesterday that it was distributed. But ADATA will be showcasing PCIe Gen 5 SSD at CES 2023. The company confirms that the storage will offer up to 8 terabytes of storage, 14,000 megabytes per second of read and write speeds. It was previously said that it would have a speed of about 12,000 megabytes per second. No, it was a little off, but not by much. ADATA will also be presenting impressive offerings in the catalog, such as the XPG PCIe Gen 5 SSD, which will offer a patented heat distribution design onto it for up to the 8 terabytes of storage / memory. Now, I'm wondering. Now, here's what I'm thinking. So, some motherboards have their own heat spreader. Is ADATA going to be okay with people stripping their coolers off and putting on the motherboard cooler so that everything also stays hidden? Or are they going to try to sit there and be like, oh, you took the cooler off, so you broke it? So because it's like if they don't think that um, the motherboard solution's good enough, you know what I'm saying? Like there's room for interpretation on how they're going to do this. A lot of times they find that the heat spreaders really don't add a whole lot, and it seems like overall, because of the motherboard solution being such a bigger heat spreader most of the time, that you don't get as much heat soak. It just kind of hits that certain point on the temperature range, holds it, and as soon as you're no longer utilizing it, like cools down really rapidly. Um, I would wonder to see what ADATA's cooling solution, how it would perform versus a motherboard solution. But that's for testing wise. The XPG Caster DDR5 DRAM, which will also be present at CES. This RAM has a data transfer up to 8,000 megatransfers per second. Compatible with both Intel timings and AMD timings. I mean, there's no such thing as it's Intel specific or AMD specific. There's ones that will have the time. You're looking at timings. So certain chipsets like certain memory timings for optimum performance. If you want to sit there and say that makes it AMD specific or Intel specific, that's to be argued on. But I mean, if you know that a specific CPU is going to like a specific timing, can you use some other memory timing for your CPU and will it work just fine? Yeah. And that's why I say there really isn't a RAM that's it's AMD specific. It's like, no, I can put that shit into Intel, it will work. I'm not going to have the overclocking headroom as if I had the timing on the RAM at the optimum setting for that CPU. It's a bunch of marketing crap, but in my opinion. What up, Tech Man? Like 4 more delays until Christmas, there, buddy. I know. I mean, like ADATA has been like sitting there giving, they're like kind of being like Tron, they're giving you the announcement for the announcement, for that thing that they're going to announce. Yeah, that thing. But it is what it is, I guess. So ADATA will also join ranks with the high-end memory market by offering their own DDR5, 8,000 mega transfers per second kits, compatible with the Intel XMP mode for the 3.0 overclocking profiles. Again, it's just optimized for the timings that Intel uses. And then the new XPG caster memory to be shown alongside ADATA, ACE, and XPG Lancer DDR5 kits at the event. So stay tuned with what they're going to be coming out with. Should be interesting. I don't have any motherboard. Do I have a motherboard I can... I have to check. I think I might have a motherboard that can utilize the DDR5. So maybe I can sit there and see. I just don't see it. You don't get a huge bump unless you're doing extreme overclocking with it. Then it makes a big difference. For casual overclocking, it doesn't matter really. I'll tell you that right off the bat. But if you're looking for like a just a pinch of performance somewhere, sure, you can get a little bit more specific, get the right data, get the right stuff for it, and put everything into the right condition. But I'm interested more in the 8,000 mega transfers per second. capability, and I've been like kind of looking forward to seeing the PCIe Gen 5 SSD, especially with the 14,000 megabytes per second of read and write speeds. That is amazing. Another thing that's actually pretty cool, but unfortunately it will be a China exclusive. So if anybody is in China or has connections in China, it can get me one of these monitors. That would be awesome. But Samsung 4K 144 hertz gaming monitor with HDMI 2.1. I wish it was a little bit higher in the hertz. I wish it was like a 165 to be able to match my monitor a little bit better. But if there was somebody that can get me one of these, even if it was on consignment and I had to ship it back, I would sit there and gracefully check out this thing just because of the name on there. The Dragon Knight G7. I mean, just the name on there alone, it's just like, damn, you just commanded presence. The overall look on this thing, not bad from the front side of this where you're going to be looking at it. It'd be cool to see if that blue LED that I can change it over, give it that red. You know, I like to theme all my stuff out in black and red. That's just my go-to colors. So if this was like at least selectable RGB or controllable. Like if I can hook it up to my PC and have this all pulse with my PC, that would be cool, maybe a little annoying. I don't know. I would almost have to see something like this because if you're gaming in the dark, that's going to be really bright, a blue light right in your face. And I'm not really big on blue light anyway. I try to cut down a lot of that blue light, especially in the evening time, and that's where most people are gaming, is in the evening time. And to have blue light sitting there facing you, it's gonna keep you awake longer in gaming. Maybe that's what they want. Touche. That might be a good marketing thing. Be like, no, we want you glued to our screen at all times. But this one is, like I said, it's going to be 4K resolution. It's going to have the 1.4 DisplayPort support on there, built-in FreeSync and G-Sync support. It just tells me that Samsung will have something of it for the rest of the market. They usually release something exclusive for the China market, and then right after that they put one for abroad. And usually the one for the Chinese market is a little better. I'm just gonna say it, but I just don't know how much integration that the Chinese market one is gonna have. Like, it needs to be hooked up to the internet, and you must allow China to have full control over it because of the way that it interfaces. I have seen this with some other TVs that have come directly out of China that other people have been checking out, and they actually had to hook it up to their WeChat account. Otherwise, the TV wouldn't even work. So I'm wondering if this would be in the same thing, and that's why they're saying it's exclusively in China, because that it won't work unless you put your WeChat thing in there, and that it's going to be monitoring actual gameplay. Because I think they're only allowed to have so many, they can only game so much per day. Otherwise, it hits their social credit score or something like that. That's what totalitarian governments look like. But what's going on, everybody? It's like, let's see here. Crypto, let's see, wheeling. It's like, I can get enterprise servers last gen. Could you use any Cisco systems 24 port 1U rack servers for Nimbus and Flux on. I'll talk to Mikkel on that one. Let me ask him on that one. I will ask him and he will let me know. What up, Gandhi? Stuff and things. What's up? What's up? All right. So with the that Samsung monitor, that it's like I'm wondering how much integration, like I said, it has in with the Chinese government, like how their TVs function. But the specs on there doesn't look too bad. 1 millisecond gray to gray. It's got all your typical features on there. So it is VESA certified, display HDR 400, 95% DCI P3, which is your color gambit on there. UHD 4K IPS screen on there. Monitor will allow you to put it in portrait mode, swivel, pan, tilt, all that good stuff. It is tied into with the Tizen OS, which I do know that Tizen OS is one of the apps that you have to have a WeChat account in order to utilize in any way, shape, or form. So even if, like, let's say I were to get my hands on one of these monitors, I still would not be able to utilize this. I'm just saying, I could not utilize this in any way, shape, or form. And this monitor's going for just a little over $700, 32-inch gaming monitor. So it's like, it's got some goodies in there. AMD FreeSync, Premium Pro, and NVIDIA G-Sync all built in. Not that the NVIDIA G-Sync has ever really been utilized. I've turned it on and off on my monitor, and it makes absolutely no difference in my gameplay. I'm just saying that right off the bat. But something that you guys can... So if you guys know anybody that has spent every dime they had to buy a GPU, but now their system is now bottlenecked through their CPU. Guess what? There might be some budget motherboards coming out, guys. Might be interested in this stuff. So B760 motherboard. So it's an Intel-based platform, but we got the Gigabytes B760M. So I mean, it's not, you're not talking about your full board, your full on board. So it's for somebody that's on a budget. They need a board, so you can get them a cheap board, and some CPU. Get them a CPU and some DDR4 RAM in there, and they are good to go. Right. Realistically, if I was looking for a budget gaming PC right now, and I needed to get off of the platform that I'm on right now, I would probably go down this route just because of the fact, this, or the AMD route. I mean, whichever one would be cheap, but it looks like the, between Intel, usually Intel boards are a little cheaper, usually. But the CPUs is where they go toe-to-toe with AMD on with pricing. But the motherboard, so the platform to get started off on is a little cheaper. Being that it's a mini ATX, you got the Tomahawk on here with the MSI. That's not a bad board at all, the Tomahawks. And you get two full PCIe 16 by 16 lanes on here. So you've got enough to put a graphics card in there and like a capture card or some kind of an expansion if necessary. And it looks like you get enough of spacing in between so you can put a fat fucking card on here, and you can still put an adapter card. And if you do get a really fat card that hits this thing and you can't put an adapter one, at least there's a buy one. A lot of the adapters, like my capture card, goes onto a buy one. It's not a full. So it's not, it's not that bad. And you get a lot of the performance off of it. You've still got a 8x4, or it's, an 8x4 on here for power to CPU. So you got some overclocking ability on this board. This one would be more or less into your higher end range, just because you're getting a better power delivery system with the Tomahawk on there. And the MSI Pro, these are going to be more your higher end. But with the MSI Pro B760P, you're going to get a bunch of expandability in there. And your PCIe 5, your top slot here that's going to be in the Chrome, that's going to have your best performance, for your GPU itself. Everything else is kind of be like, problem that I do see is if you do put an M.2 underneath here, if you put a cooler on here, it's going to interfere with the card. That's problem one. Problem two, as soon as you populate this, it shares the speed of your PCIe lane. So keep that in mind by putting in an SSD on something like that. I prefer to see them when they're down low on the on the board. Like if you like, and then now this is only for this. Now, like I said, down low on the board, there is another spot to put an SSD. Now, this is where I would probably put it if I was running SSD in here, an M.2 SSD, I mean. Because at least now I am sharing the PCIe lanes with the rest of them and not the one that hits up onto my graphics card. This is the one that you don't want to mess with if you want to have optimum performance for your graphics card. I see so many people, they populate this top one, and I just kind of, why? I if that was my only choice, I would just get a regular SSD and just plug it in, at old school style, right? That's just me on that one. I don't know what your guys' thoughts on that one. The testing numbers are out there for this. That a lot of other people who get their hands on a lot of this hardware, and they're able to do a lot of gambit of testing. They will tell you that you put it in that top slot, your GPU takes a hit in performance. Send me the mobile you're talking about in my... These are all Intel motherboards. Every one of these. Now, you guys know that I'm an AMD fan, but this, if there's going to be a good deal out there, these are probably some of the prime candidates that you're going to see from Intel lineup that are, you're not going to see full-size boards being of value, because those are going to be more features on there, and you're going to pay for each one of the features. So if you can cut some of those features off of the board that you don't need, like you're not an extreme overclocker, you don't need all the slots on there, right? You don't need all the features. You just need something that you can plug and play and it works. Do these make good mining boards? Hells yeah. Any one of these boards here can be utilized as a full mining motherboard. Even this motherboard here with just 2 slots, I could put 2 U-bit 4-way splitters into here and sit there and mine right off of this like it's nobody's business, and have 8 GPUs plugged into one motherboard and only have 2 usable slots. I've got old videos me doing that with a 15-year-old motherboard with 8 RX 580s mining away on Ethereum Classic. And I mean, like, you don't need to have all this fancy stuff. Two four-way U-bit splitters onto here, you call it a day. Yes, as long as they are the by 16 slots. You need, well, no. I will disagree. No, I played around with this. I put it into a by one. It works that way too. The motherboard doesn't care how it gets the data. It just sees the data coming in, and it knows where it's coming from. The only thing that I've noticed where it takes a hit, like on my older motherboard, I had PCIe by 16 Gen 1, and then I had PCIe by 16 Gen 2 on the motherboard. And if I put anything into the Gen 1 slot, the Gen 2s would run at Gen 1 speed to match it. That was the only time I ever saw something like weird. I was like, oh, look at that. Wow. Half the hash rate. It was actually kind of cool. It was kind of cool. Yes, the U-bit 4X. Yep. That one will allow you to have expandability. U-bit makes a by 8. Also, if you've only got one fucking PCIe by 16, just get a by 8 and slap that in there. What up, Rude? And what's going on, my dude? So I mean, like, any of these small little mini motherboards, you find them on fucking sale, and you know, it's like they're all viable mining boards. Every last one of them. You slap a cheap fucking Celeron processor in there and call it a day. Don't go Intel directly. Go with Celeron. Celeron is fucking budget friendly. And these things will mine and game. You know, if you want it to game, then you're going to go with a good Intel with it, you know. But if it's strictly mining, you're going Celeron. You're going to cut down the cores as much as you cut down the board. You know, you don't need all that performance. You just need it to turn on and fucking let the GPUs turn on. That's it. So at least there's some good deals coming out with some. I mean, granted they're low end motherboards, but hey, they're budget friendly and they'll do the job. That's all we can ask, right? That's all we can ask. And make sure the graphics is built into the CPU. You don't really even need to do that, really. I mean, most of Intel stuff already has onboard graphics. It's enough to be able to get everything set up, going, and then you just walk away from it. I mean, I use a lot of Intel stuff even now with mining. It's just to build on an Intel platform is cheaper. I mean, let's just be real. It's a cheaper platform to build on. It depends. I mean, it depends on what your goal is. 100% Gold Wolf. He's like, I would mine. He's like, I'd get AMD so he can mine on it all the way too. I mean, it depends on what your goal is. If you're looking at going, hey, I'm burning this much extra power to be mining on the CPU, is it worth it? From a hobbyist standpoint, I would say yeah. Whenever you're trying to scale up, it would depend. It would really depend. It would have to be better than break even. If it's break even, then no, it's not really worth it. If you're making at least 5 to 10% on the power you're already using for it, then I'd say sure, it's totally worth it. If it's enough to be able to offset the price of all the cooling, I would say sure, no problem. I mean, but it kind of depends, right? Like Wheeling's like, that's why I went with the route with the Intel and I built the first PC miner one. You did a video on. Oh yeah, I did that. Like, yeah, for sure. Yeah. I know. I mean, it's like that's why I don't tell people what to mine, how to mine, or anything like that. I'll get out that information of, hey, I'm having an issue trying to get this set up, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just do a video on it, and I'll show everybody how to do this, because if you're having an issue, I guarantee you there's more than one person. And let's go ahead and just help everybody all in one shot. But yeah, I mean, it's like I just kind of stay away from just telling people, oh, you need to be mining this. One, I don't want to sound like I'm shilling anything. Two, sometimes I don't want everybody to be mining what I'm mining to begin with. Maybe I'm mining something in secret. Jeez, no, just kidding. No, I just stay away from that because I don't want anybody blaming me that they lost out on money. I'll help you get the tools that you need to be able to do the idea of what you're trying to do. And I will, if you ask me to do a little bit of a deep dive, I'll give you my thoughts on said topic. But that's all I can do. I'm not going to tell anybody what to do, and what not to do. It ran for 3 years straight, 365, 24/7. Nice. Yeah. I mean, for sure. I totally get that point, Golden, too. It's like, hey, even if I'm not going to mine on the CPU, hey, if something happens to be profitable for a week or 2 weeks, I'm going to go ahead and I'll mine on it. Again, that is perfect for a hobbyist miner or the home miner, depending on what scale everybody's at. But I don't. I mean, it's like I do throw hash rate at Monero. I do help them out, but at the end of the day, I don't. It's not something I consistently mine. I mine it here and there because it's just with all the zombie miners that are on Monero, it's really just not profitable to be mining Monero now. Going onto like Monero Ocean, where it'll kind of switch around what you're mining, and then it pays you out in Monero. All right, that's not too bad, but again, it's still there's a lot of hash rate going to Monero Ocean already, and a lot of them are zombie miners. So there's that. No. No, I will disagree with that, Wheeling. CPU mining, I would say, is where everything started. I mean, Bitcoin was mined on CPUs on laptops originally. So I would say that's more traditional, not noob status. Because Monero is going to try to make sure that they stay CPU mineable moving forward, because it gives everybody a fair launch, because everything has a CPU in it. So no matter what hardware you got, you can throw a hash rate at it. Need to be shown how to. I can help you walk through it. I can help walk you through it. It's pretty simple. but I don't have because in order to do a video on something like that, the only reason why I hesitate to do a video on that specific topic is you gotta show a lot of personal information in order to do the video. So I can certainly help walk you through it. It's pretty easy. And how many miners do you have wheeling? I don't have any more email addresses to use. Crypto Craig, are any of them current? Because HiveOS has done a lot of updates, and I haven't seen too many people doing updated videos on how to set up HiveOS. So HiveOS will allow you to have up to 3 rigs for free on their account. So if you got more than 3 rigs and you're only going to use one account, you'll end up starting to have to pay for rigs over time, which is $3 per rig. And then unless you want to break it up to multiple email addresses, yada, yada, yada. Oh god, man! The last time I saw somebody with a HiveOS fucking video, man, it was like 2018, man. That's like information that never comes across my stuff anymore. And I just don't have another email address that I could set up to make a dummy account to do like just set up for a dummy account with dummy with dev donation wallet set up in it instead of my own wallet, so nothing of me is ever doxed. I don't have anything set up like that. I could set something like that up at some point, but I just don't have another email address. I'd have to set up a whole nother account. But yeah, censored that's a good one. Censored crypto. No, I'm not. I didn't. No, my rigs are all coming from the same IP address. They haven't done anything to me, and I've been set up like this for 3 years. Nice, nice, nice. Not that I know of. I mean, yeah. Maybe if you dox one of your accounts, publicly, they might be able to track that like that. But no, I don't know, man. The crypto Crag. I have 4 accounts right now. Right? 4? No, I have 5 accounts. I have 5 accounts right now. So yeah, and they were all made from this house, from this IP address, on this computer. And that was 3 years ago. Yeah. I'm telling you right now, I've been running like this for 3 years. You can ask Crypto Mikkel. I won't tell you what my account is because I'll never publicly dox my account. So yeah. So yeah, go make one at a public library. Exactly. And just to add this in Hive OS, you can give somebody else access to your account. So let's say you have somebody that's helping you manage your account, or you have somebody that will help you overclock your GPUs, this, that, and the other. Well, you can give another account admin level access to your account. And then you can have multiple accounts all being controlled via one singular account. So there's that too. So moving on along, it's like, shh, that's secret stuff. Shh. I don't know anything that's that old of hardware that's going to be profitable still. I don't know. You can go for it, man. I don't know if it's worth it to run older hardware at this point. It's like I do that. Shh. So if you guys are gamers, man, this goes out to all of us gamers here, guys. This one brings me back to my childhood a little bit, okay? I'm an old fart, okay? Wolfenstein, guys, the new world order. Yep. That is like, kind of, the new world order. You shall own nothing and be happy. But is free on Epic Game Store now, guys. The Epic Game Store is giving away a free copy of the New World Order. So I'll probably end up getting this. I'll be honest. I'll probably get this. It was the New World Order was released in 2014, published by Bethesda, developed by Machine Games. So Epic Game Store promotion is part of a 15-day game giveaway, offering done one game per each day. The game is set in alternative reality of 1960s. So if you guys are interested in this stuff, be pretty cool. And it's like, I dig this stuff. I've always liked Wolfenstein. I've played pretty much all of them. I believe I've played this one too. I don't know if I've got it for console. I might have this for console. But if I don't, I can get a free copy of this for PC, which I'll be happy with that one. So I'll probably end up, whenever I get out of here, go ahead and download this myself, guys. Yo! It's like, I will have to grab that. I know. Right? So it'll be awesome. So if you guys are looking out, take a look at, Epic Game Store, make a free, a free account there, and every so often they do giveaways, guys, and sometimes their giveaways are actually pretty epic. So all puns intended, guys. And now moving on to the title of the episode here. So DemocRATS to reportedly return. You know, they spinning this really nicely. 1 million of funds for the FTX victims. In actuality, they are going to be returning $815,000 because this is like the remainder that they didn't spend trying to get elected. Everything else has been spent off, and people should be, you know, thankful that they're even, I guess, willing to do this, because they spent way too much money to be trying to fucking give back all the money that was donated to them by a you know, the next Bernie Madoff. Looking at the 20 series, huh? I wouldn't look at the 2080. I mean, maybe the 2060 Super, maybe. But otherwise, I mean, I think for the same amount of money that you'll be spending on that, you might as well grab yourself a couple of like 3060 Ti's, you know, Founders Editions. It's like 2060 Supers are awesome. I love those cards. And I know my research on it. I mean, like, that's the, out of the 20 series, the 2060 Super was the only one that actually had value. The only one. Yeah, the 2070s, but it's the price on those. The price spread between the 2060 and the 2070 were so close. You know, like the 2060 Super should have been a lower price, a lot lower of a price than the 2070 Super. In my opinion, I think both of those cards were still kind of overpriced for what they were. See, there we go. Unc Crypto Tech. What's up, my dude? He's like 3060 Ti FEs for around 300, 350 in his area. Yo. That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, as much as I like the 2060, the 2060 Super and the 2070 are basically in the same price bracket. They don't have enough value bringing the market, and the market is showing the price that it doesn't see value. They look at those two cards as being one and the same. It's weird. It really is. But it's and that's why I skipped the 20 series, because whenever I started seeing the price, and at the time I had 1080 Ti's, I'm like, bro, the 2080 Ti is less than 10% better. Less than 10%. For how much more money? Yeah, no, I'm good. I'll skip this generation. The 30 series it perked my interest because it actually showed value up until the prices went out of control on it, right? Like, yeah, in reality, I moved to 3060 Ti's and 3070s after the 2060 Supers. The FE cards are awesome and very thin for server cases. Yeah, buddy. You know it, my dude. You know it. So, but anyway, you know, it's kind of funny to see that the Democrats are at least willing to give back whatever they didn't spend. I guess that's better than nothing. At the end of the day, that's the best, I guess, the best good news that anybody who was scammed in FTX has. Crypto Crag. No. I don't even say it like that. It's scams, banks, and frauds. You have an 850-watt power supply to run the motherboard, risers, and graphics. Then I would still probably be looking. I would be looking at a 3060 non-Ti then. That would be where I would be looking at it, and I'd be looking at a 3060 non-Ti. That'll be a lower power wattage. Get a Founders Edition, so they're nice and thin. They run really cool. Yeah. Exactly, censored crypto. And that'd be what I would do. Like, you can put a 3060 non-Ti Founders Edition. You get way more than the 20 series in hash rate for under 100 watts per card. That would be me. I mean, if you're gonna spend $300 over here, and let's say, how can I put it? If spending over here in the 20 series, let's say you get. No, because even if you were to get a 2060 Super or a 2080, the watts to hash rate is still better on a 30 series, and I believe you'll end up spending about the same amount of money. But I mean, that's just me. Right, and Crypto Crag with my 3060 Ti Founders Edition, when ETH was mineable, I was getting about 120. Yeah, it was like 120 watts for 62.5 mega hash. So, I mean, you're talking relatively the same amount of power being utilized for way more hash rate. So, I mean, to each their own. Everybody's got to do what they want to do. But I think best bang for your dollar, I think a 3060 non-Ti. That's just me. That's just on me. Don't mind on me. I know nothing. Exactly, Crypto Crag. He's like, in today's market, 30 series GPUs makes sense. It does. I mean, but it's like everybody's gonna do their own thing. I'm not trying to tell people how to spend their money. It's just if you look at it for a price point to hash rate to watts being utilized, if you're going to get a 2080, you're competing with a 3080, and you're going to have about the same wattage being utilized. About, not verbatim, but you're going to be in the same wheelhouse with wattage being utilized. Just saying. There are ways to pull power and get good hash rate still off of it, but it takes some finessing with it. 20 series, it's like it's like I just don't know if, to me, from a standpoint of scale. And that's how the lens that I always look at is from the viewpoint of scale. The 20 series, to me, viewpoint of scale did not make sense. If you can get them like uber cheap, sure, it makes sense at that point. If you can get them for $200 for a 2080, sure. But if you are looking at $350, then I'd be looking at a 3060 Ti all day long. Wrong. You do not need to. You do not need to upgrade anything like that. Wheeling Crypto. He's sitting there thinking that he's thinking that it will require, if he uses a 30 series, he'll have to upgrade because he's using Celeron processors. Because when you're mining, you are on adapters with by one adapters. You are not utilizing full PCIe lane anyway. While mining, you don't even need PCIe for Gen 4. On all the boards that I have that have PCIe Gen 4, I turn that off and put it to either PCIe Gen 3 or PCIe Gen 1. You do not need to have the 90% of the time while I'm mining, unless the GPU is plugged directly into the motherboard, it won't mine. You have to turn the Gen 4 off if you are on by one adapters anyway. It don't matter. All it will do is you'll go into Gen 3 mode, which will be a 4x8. So you're just not getting the full potential out of it. So if you want baller ray tracing, let's put it this way, okay? I have an Asus ROG Strix. This is the X399E motherboard. It's a Threadripper first gen motherboard. My motherboard has PCIe Gen 3. It's not Gen 4. I have a Threadripper in here, right? So we're dealing with hardware that's older than the 30 series. I have a 3080 Ti underwater block on here running the show right now. All the difference that I get is I don't get the max output for ray tracing. If you are running 1080p monitors, you will not notice the difference. I guarantee you. If you were on a 1080p monitor, you will just have really good 1080p, no matter how you want to slice or dice it. Because I'm telling you right now, I'm on a 2K monitor. I don't notice a difference. It's like I'm not unless you're pushing 4K, then you're gonna want to get a PCIe fourth gen, right? Then that makes sense. Absolutely makes sense. No. I've got a bunch. Well, no, because Mikkel has one of those. And he doesn't have any issues like that. And that was only if you wanted to mine Monero. I mean, not Monero. Ethereum headless. You had to have a dummy plug in there to kind of simulate the monitor, which would take a small hit on your hash rate. Since they've released the the latest BIOS, the latest drivers update, it's no longer. All the light hash rate unlocks are done. Done. No more of that stuff. The only time that I have any issues are with certain motherboards that require, because they're more set up for being gaming, so they require a monitor being plugged in at all times. So I had to put a dummy plug into that. What up, Yuka Star? What up, Yuke? What up? What up? It's like my monitor is my 1080p TV. So yeah, you don't need to go baller out. I mean, you can future-proof yourself, I guess, but not necessary. Absolutely not necessary. So I mean, you could sit there and you could be like me, where I've got older motherboard, newer graphics card, everything runs smooth. Oh, I have been good. How have you been, my dude? What have you been up to? I hope everything's been going good with you. Glad to see you're still around. That is awesome. Yeah, I mean, if you're trying to do like some extreme overclocking, you'll miss out on some of that because you don't have all the PCIe lane for it. But for normal usage, for what most people utilize, you like, I can overclock the snot out of my my GPU, and because I'm limited by my 2K monitor, I don't visually see an uptick on it. I see it using more power. I see it throwing off more heat, and I get a little bit more frames per second, but it doesn't visually look any better. Now, if I had a Gen 4 PCIe, it probably would look a little sharper when I upclock it like that. But outside of that, no, I don't see enough performance to require to even overclock the snot out of this thing. Oh yeah, for sure, yeah. Working, building a mining facility, trying to get a nice, good hosting facility up and going for the community. I don't know if you'd be interested in something like that. Like, I understand where your point is, for sure, for sure. Um, yeah, I mean that's just my two satoshis on the topic. I'm not telling you what to do or what not to do. I'm just giving you my two satoshis on it. So does anybody else got any other kind of comments or questions before I get up out of here? I had a few other articles I wanted to go over, but you guys have been firing out some awesome questions. So you guys got any other comments or questions before I head up out of here? It's like everybody wins with the team family mind. Yes, sir, indeed, Gundy. You the man. You the man with that comment sliding in there. Um, so I mean, if everybody here is mining and you're wanting to get into the mining facility, I have Patreon links down below. Get into the pseudo hashers tier, and that'll get you a VIP access to the family mine as we start doing some of the build out now. Now I'm starting. I got to basically come up with funds somehow, some way, to be able to get a transformer and a few more circuit panels I can definitely get another. I got another 200 amp circuit panel in here that I'm probably going to end up sending down to the facility. Because I should have actually brought that down to the facility to begin with. But I didn't think about it in any way, shape, or form. So like, if you want to cover your last two talks, go ahead. Depends on what the group thinks. Censored crypto. There are RTX 3060, 6 gigabyte PC Win Max mobile chipset. Any good? No. This card is operational with limitations on the auction. So yeah, the limitations is just because it came out of a it was designated for a laptop, so it's got cut down cores, cut down memory operation on there to be power efficient. So they'll be really power efficient, but overclockability is locked out of the card. That's the limitation on there. Is it's you're not going to see normal GPU boost clock speeds. It will not boost up that way because these are like 100-watt chipsets. As far as I know, they hash. How well? It's been a while since I've heard anybody messing with the mobile variations of the GPUs from PC WinMax. I haven't heard that one in a hot minute. Yeah, I have no idea how good they are though. It's laptop GPUs. I mean, think about everybody that's done laptop GPU mining, talking about the hash rates that they get off of it. It's like, yeah, it's real power efficient, but you ain't getting that much hash rate out of it. So I think the performance, the hash rate, the wattage, I think it's relative. I don't think might not be the best. Might not be the best. What up, Mikhail? What up? What up? Coming in here, dropping that FA. Everybody, drop those FAs, guys. Yo. Because you guys are rated F for fucking awesome. Yo. Like F to the A. Yeah. So, if you guys got any more questions before I slide on out of here, guys? And I'll probably be doing some gaming up over on Crypto and Hot Rod's Twitch or Crypto and Hot Rod's Gaming on a YouTube side. So I'll probably be in one of the two spots. I'll be streaming to both of them at the same time. So I will be probably, I don't know, maybe like 20-30 minutes ish, and I'll probably end up firing up a game. Yo, so if you guys are into any kind of gaming, if you got any questions a little bit later on, hit me up. Treat me while I'm gaming like it's an ask me anything, or just heckle my bad gaming. It's okay. You can heckle my bad gaming. Oh, yeah. Mikkel, before you slide up out of here, Wheeling Crypto has last gen Cisco servers. I forget what kind they were. It was up here. It was a long time ago. Remind me what what kind of Cisco servers they were. Well, he said it was last generation. Would you be interested in one, Crypto Mikhail? Like he said, it was like a 24 port. Enterprise last gen server. Said it'd be good with like Flux or something like that. There you go. There you go. Wheeling Crypto. DM him in the Discords. And you guys can sit there and chit chat from there. So, yep. It's like, how much for one wheeling? We got a bidding war here. Wheeling, hit Mikkel up in Discord, though. Please. Thank you, my dude. Speak with him over servers. Everybody else get a hold of Wheeling. All right. Since nobody else has any other comments or questions, thank you everybody for being here. Definitely smash that Lizzie like button. Subscribe especially if you made it this far. Hit the bell notification. Double check to make sure the bell notification is turned on for everything. This way you know when I drop a video. What's linked to Discord? Discord links down below in the description of the video, guys. I make sure that stuff is there at all times. He's like, never mind. I see it below. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, definitely censored crypto. Join the Discord, guys. Love to have everybody there. Even if you're not into mining, you know, to me, it doesn't even matter. Mining cars, whatever it may be. Hangout spots up over there in the Family Mine Discord. Yo! And if anybody wants to check out the Patreon, get into the VIP list, get into the pseudo hasher tier in the Discord, in the Patreon, links down below. And with that being said, guys, he's like, I am Arcazulus. Oh man, I bet you I just butchered the hell out of that one. I'm just gonna say Arc. Arcazulus. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for the breakdown. Arcazulus. It's like, you can give me a name. I'll show you how I could fuck it up. It's like gamer tag. Yep, call me Arc. Awesome. Rock on, rock on. World of Warcraft character name. Oh, snaps. Hold on. Hold on. I know nothing of this World of Warcraft. Old school. This one is, let's see, when did this one come out? I have a date on here. He's like, battle chest. God, when did I get this one? Oh God, it doesn't even say. It's old enough to say that Windows XP and Windows 2000 and Windows Vista and Macintosh works. So this is between 2004 and 2007. That's how old this is. What expansion pack is this? This one has the Burning Crusade. Yeah, this one has the Burning Crusade with it. I don't know. No, it's just World of Warcraft and the Burning Crusade. So yeah, this only had the this is the first battle pack. Yeah. Bro, this is a collector, bro, and I have everything that came with it still in here. I'm an old school World of Warcraft player. I used to sit there and play Warcraft before it was World of Warcraft. Oh, boo. Boo. I put everything right back into here. I was like, yeah, this looks like it's going to be a collector's item one day. I started WoW in the Burning Crusade. I started off with Warcraft, with World of Warcraft, and then they came out with this, and then I purchased this because it was I wanted to get the whole kit, the whole battle chest that came with it, because it came with a 1 month's worth of WoW free, and then the expansion on there. So and it came with like there's a few other things that are in here that you just don't normally ever get your hands on. So that was how I want. Yeah, that was me. Yeah, I'm a gamer nerd. Okay. Yes, yes. I got a tiger with it. Yep. That was the tiger was my yeah, was my companion from that. And then it gave me a mount also. And if you guys don't know, that's a horse. But whenever I started World of Warcraft, it was like, I think the level cap was like level 40 or something like that. No, I haven't played WoW in a long time, man. It got too expensive to be playing that. They wanted like fucking $75 per year. I was like, get out of here with that. I'm not doing that. So yeah, it's been a long time since I've played. Been a long time, but I happen to know where it sits at just because it's a collector's item. So everybody, thank you for being here. I'm gonna call it a day here. Man, I'll sit here and talk old school games, all day long. It's like I played Warcraft and Starcraft, which is the predecessor to all of this stuff. So I mean, I'm an old school Blizzard gamer. So yo. Yeah, give me like a half an hour or so. I'm gonna, you know, get some munchies and all that good stuff, and then I'm gonna fire up probably like get some Dirt 4 action, maybe. It'll either be Dirt 4 or I'll do some Assetto Corsa competition. I haven't figured out which one I want to do yet. So with that being said, guys, thank you all for being here. And peace out, stay savage, and may your watts be low and your hash be high. I'll see you on the next one. Yo!